we are going to take a look at my own fan fiction. I have a lot of fan fiction. I devoted writing in notebooks because I didn't have a computer for 13 years. Well, it was way more than that. 15 years. And we're going to start out, and this is in blind fan fiction reading because I haven't read this in a while. So we're going to do two of my fan fictions. One of them, they're both video games. The first one is going to be Tales Vengeance. I made this when I was about 14 or 15. This is about Tails. He's got a submachine gun. He's jumping over a random rail. I'm guessing it's like in a skateboard park or something. I don't know. Why would you need just a random bar? Maybe that's a spoiler on a car. That could be the case here. This was around the time that NASCAR was running wings. So, Tails Vengeance follows the events of Sonic Adventure 3, where Tails takes vengeance from Robotnik. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. I don't know if you can see that. This actually ends up having a really low resolution when I am. And I'm now realizing how much my face is being colored by the TV. I'm going to turn that off so I don't get distracted by it. But we have, so we got a 9mm submachine guns. Main weapon is a submachine gun. We got the Uzi. Okay, that is how a Z looks. I was confused for a second. Got a pump action shotgun. An AK-47 called the K-47 because we are too badass for vowels. And the Tails K, because once again, we are too badass for vowels. Okay. There are also many fully licensed vehicles, mostly civilian vehicles, basic 90s cars, but there are GTs, 30s Ford Hot Rods, and the Lambo Murcielago. I have a good feeling that this is not how you spell Murcielago. Being Tails, you can fly. So cars are pointless. It literally says cars are a pointless bonus. Colon, end parenthesis. And there's Tails again! This is actually not my worst Tails fan art. I have some real shit, though, in some places. Gameplay. A game that's basically GTA without the A. Guns and death is insanely realistic. Guns have a kickback. They become inaccurate after longer shots. The world is about 17 square kilometers in size. Cops are relentless. They have a line of sight and a hearing radius. So it's like a stealth thing. Like, that's their vision, and this is their hearing. Yeah, and then there's stealth mode. Missions. Let us see how the missions go. Once again, I haven't read this in a good 2 years, so this is about as blind as it could get for me. Look at my mane. Jeez, and I'm just so fucking beautiful. Okay. The introduction is a 15-minute cutscene summing up the events of the previous Sonic game, which I don't actually know. All I know is that Sonic dies. Okay. Mission 1, Two-Tailed. This mission begins with each main Sonic character talking about the tragedy. We finally see Tails' childhood, from birth to meeting Sonic. Robotnik comes, announces his plan to kill them all, and begins to fire upon Tails' house. Everyone goes to a safe place, and Tails walks out to face Robotnik. Player now takes control, and defeats an easy Eggman. Robotnik runs off, and Tails reconciles with everyone. So that's mission 1. Mission 2, Reaching New Heights. Tutorial mission on how to fly. Thrilling stuff here. 3, Guns and Glory. Tutorial on how to use guns. Once again, enthralling. 4, Moving On. Knuckles tries to talk to Tails about moving onward. Tails doesn't want to, so Knuckles decides they should go eat. Driving tutorial. Man, I'm so tore up about Sonic. It's okay, Tails. You will get over it. No, I won't. Alright, let's go eat. 5, Learn to Forget. Everyone tries to help Tails move on. It works in the end. How is this a mission? Okay, 6, Hardcore. Tails admits facing Robotnik was pure adrenaline, so Knuckles tries to make him tough. Tails shows progress, but is far from ready. 7. The egg. First time since start we see Robotnik. Now we fight him again. That's it. 8. Knuckles' School of Hard Knocks. A series of 5 missions to get Tails hardcore. Complete them all, and Tails will be officially badass. 9. Tools of the Trade. Here, you get a few guns. You destroy a bunch of badniks, tearing up the city. The city is Station Square, based off of San Francisco. 10. Steel. Robotnik notices the change of style in destruction of badniks, so he builds guns on them. Ooh. Take out 3 waves of them. Going Tails home as territory. Gains Tails home as territory, and territory wars are unlocked. It's basically GTA San Andreas with Sonic characters. So it's basically like any other fan fiction. 11. Badass. Tails goes through a whole building of badniks to face Robotnik. He escapes in the end, but Tails is now the ultimate badass. 12. Tornado. Robotnik kidnaps Amy, and Tails must save her with the tornado. Follow Robotnik and do this. 13. Shadow. Shadow has been tricked by Robotnik to go against Tails. Fight him. It's just like fucking Knuckles all over again. Shadow, you dumbass. 14. Evil Forces. Amy and Tails share a heartfelt conversation about the rescue. Is that the whole fucking mission? Yes, it is. Holy shit. Wow. Oh, wait, no, that's... There's a whole nother line of stuff here. They're about to have an announcement. Oh, a moment. When Tails have to fight off Shadow again. I bet you can see where this is going. Okay, 15. Black Magic. Tails goes to confront Shadow again and realize he now has dark powers and can raise the dead, plus call upon Shadow spirits. This is a difficult battle, but after you win, Shadow spirits now have territories. Because that makes fucking sense. 16. Born to be Wasted. Hey, that's by 009 Sound System. I'm sure that was the joke. Yes, the next one is called With a Spirit, so I caught the joke. Don't worry, past me, I figured you out. Tails tries to assess the current situation, but just ends up drunk off his mind. Fight off badniks with the GTA 4 drunk camera. If you think that, can you fucking read this shit? Can you fucking read that shit? This is harder to read than the fucking Nico Goes to Furry Town. Bullshit. Okay. 17. With a Spirit. Shadow has sent a lot of spirits. So use a tornado to bomb them across the city. Now you must take over all Shadow Spirit territories. And 18. Without a shadow of doubt. Final battle with Shadow. It's fairly difficult, and at the end, Tails and Amy become closer friends. Shadow teams with Tails against Robotnik as well. Cinematic. This is a really... I'm gonna relax here. This is a rather long cinematic introducing Tails doll. Ooh, Tails doll. That's some shit right there, ain't it? 19. Dead Silence. Hey, that's a horror movie. I bet that's the joke there. Shit. Tails is lured to an abandoned warehouse, part of a search as the image in the second page. The lights go out. Tails uses a flashlight and fights his way through ghostly spirits to come face to face with Tails doll at the end. Was I an atheist when I wrote this? I don't know. It must have been that transitionary period, because it was about 2012, and that must have been around the time that it was either 2011 or 2012. I don't fucking know, but 20. Mind Games. Right? Is that where we're at? Tails meets with Amy for dinner, and as he leaves, the world freezes around him, like in Driver San Francisco. I can remember this, actually. He enters a car, sees Robotnik, and chases him around the frozen city. Literally just like Driver San Francisco. When you return to the restaurant, Tail Dolls appears. Shoot at him for 3 minutes, he won't be damaged. After the 3-minute mark, the world unfreezes and Tails Doll disappears. Cinematic. 21, Angels and Demons. I like that book. Once again, Tails enters the dream world. This time he sees Sonic. Chase him on foot and don't fall behind. Wow, that's going to be hard to do. He is Sonic, after all. After the chase, cinematic of Tails taking a corner and Sonic disappearing. First through ghosts that appear and Sonic will reappear. Chase him again after this one. It shows how Sonic died in SA3. Fight the last of the ghosts. 22. The Storm. Tails is out flying when it begins to storm and he takes shelter in a car. He sees the Tails doll. Go and fight him. He's still impossible to defeat. Go 2 minutes. Tails doll disappears and you re-entered the car. A tornado appears. Escape it like the whale chase in SA1. Oh, this is going to be fucking long. This is going to be a part in itself. Okay, 23. Takeover. Tails doll has completely taken over Tails' mind. Drive around the city for 3 minutes while facing mental attacks by Tails doll. 24. Dangerous odds. Go and face Tails doll. 1.5 minutes into the impossible fight, you learn the secret. The Chaos Emerald on Tails doll's head is the power source. Shoot it when it becomes vulnerable. Occasionally there will be a mind... Wherefore Tails dolls appear. It literally says H-U-G-H. If you could even... That looks more like a comma than a G. Right before you win, Tails doll disappears. 25. The Offer. Go and talk with Silver. Well, that's the first appearance by Silver. When you've reached an agreement, cinematic, Tails doll attacks Tails' mind again. Fight off some ghosts. When that's done, another cinematic plays saying Silver saw nothing, bringing the conclusion that it is all in Tails' mind. Ooh, the plot thickens. 26. Finding the Truth. Go searching for Tails doll for leads. Go to 5 different locations. How the fuck long is that? Jesus. 5 different locations. And each time Tails doll attacks your mind. After the 5 locations, go to one final one to find Tails doll. Fight him, and at the end, he takes over your mind and says Tails back to his home. Now you must take over all ghost territories. Number 27. Can you feel the sunshine? I can only guess that this is the end of Tails doll. Go and finish this. Find Tails doll and kill it at an abandoned factory. Cut off his power source in the cinematic and end it all. After a long cinematic of Robotnik hiring Fang the Sniper. Ooh, Fang the Sniper. You remember that guy? Okay, 28. Let's make a deal. Tails goes to meet Fang. And they try to make a deal. But it all fails, and Fang's bandits attack Tails. Fight them. And now it's the next mission. Complete opposites. Fight off bandits alongside Knuckles. 5 waves. Man, this is deep and intricate. 20... Nope, we're going to 30 now. Fang the Sniper's prey. Get a sniper rifle and attempt to shoot Fang. It fails, and you have to escape the police. 31. Power of 2. You and Amy must escape bandits. After a 5-minute chase, you escape, and Tails and Amy have another bonding moment. Because we really need that. 32. Battleships. Tails is on a yacht when Fang attacks. Shoot him up, and he'll escape in a life raft. Is there another mission immediately after that? Yep. Number 33. Behind the scenes. Tails buys a movie studio to film a movie for extra cash. This is literally GTA 5. Number 34. Violent negotiation. You're just about to the film the final... you're about to film the final scene when bandits come. Don't let them destroy the studio. 35. Opening night. The film's in the... I don't have any idea what that word is. In the... I don't have any idea. And Tails goes to see it. Fang attacks the theater, shoot him, and don't allow him to destroy the theater. 36, an unlikely alliance. Fang and Tails meet again, but this time, cops crash the party. Fang and Tails work together to fight off the cops. In the end, you escape, and so does Fang. 37, a heap of trouble. You must fight off bandits attacking Tails. How? Home. Defeat 5 waves. It's literally just defeat 5 waves of enemies, the game. 38, attack. Tails goes to find Fang, and when he does, Fang is hesitant to attack, but the bandits do it without Fang. Fight off 3 waves, and see Fang watching. The end, he leaves. Now you must take over all bandit territories. 39, showstopper. Finish off Fang at the film studio. When you finish, Fang apologizes and leaves into the night. Cinematic. Robotnik is in a building with crumbled papers everywhere and comes to the conclusion that the only way to finish off Tails is doing it himself. He goes to build the Death Egg. 40, victory. Fly to the mayor's residence. The mayor tells Tails of the Death Egg's third coming. 41, infiltration. With the help of Shadow and Silver, infiltrate Robotnik's hideout and well, this must have taken place before Sonic 4 Episode 2, because that's when the Death Egg comes. And I know that in Sonic Adventure 3, the Death Egg comes back, and then Sonic dies in the Death Egg. So this must have been before Sonic 4 Episode 2 was released, because I would have that continuity. 41, infiltration. With the help of Shadow and Silver, infiltrate Robotnik's hideout and retrieve Death Egg's blueprints. Lots of enemies. 42, destruction. Robotnik comes all over the place, doesn't he? Comes after Tails with the first 3 bosses in Sonic 2. Destroy them all. Okay, then. It's Sonic Generations. What the fuck's happening here? 43, wheel. Robotnik has sent an endless army of badniks to Tails' house. Survive the barrage of bullets and protect Amy. When the house is almost completely destroyed, a cinematic of Tails and Amy plays. They argue about the situation, and Tails dives in and makes out with Amy. Shadow and Silver and Knuckles go fight the badniks, and Tails and Amy have sex. While the house is being fired on, it gets destroyed, like in Medal of Honor. The Medal of Honor 2010 game on PS3. I actually won that on hard mode to get the trophy. It wasn't that hard. I was surprised. 44, Death to the Egg. Tails goes and destroys Robotnik's hideout. Face lots of resistance and plant bombs in the building. 45 is Final Egg. Tails jumps on board Eggman. Well, it must have taken place after Sonic. So, this takes place after July 5th, 2011, but before May something 2012. Because I would only know about Final Egg if I'd played Sonic Adventure. And I didn't ever play Sonic Adventure until July, I think, 4th of 2011. And I don't know when the fuck Sonic 4 Episode 2 was released. So we've got a range of time here. So yeah. Okay. Tails jumps on board Eggman's rocket and they go to the Death Egg. Fight Robotnik as a boss. It's as hard as all of the final bosses in Kingdom Hearts 2 combined. Damn. At the end, the Death Egg is... Did I ever tell you that I completed, like... about up to... I want to say... it was before... Like, you start taking out all of the organization. It was after you take out some of the organization members. I know we were past the guitar guy and the guy in Beast's Castle. I know we were past both of them, and I had never actually did anything with, like, my AP. I didn't even know that menu existed. It was on easy mode, granted, but... Still, I think it was pretty impressive that I was able to do that without even, doing strategy stuff. But anyway, At the end, the Death Egg is falling apart, and Tails looks back and says, "Pleasure doing business," and jumps off the Death Egg just as it explodes. He re-enters Earth and is greeted by everyone. Isn't that nice? 46, Final Showdown. Robotnik survived, of course, and found Tails alone. The final showdown is a samurai sword battle. It's pretty difficult until you know what to do. Most things usually are. At the end, Tails stabs the sword through Robotnik's chest and says, "You should have never fucked with my friends." You shouldn't... I can only think of that in Tails' voice, like, "You should never have fucked with my friends." And slices through his heart. Now, final cinematic and win. Now we got more fan art. And a big one with Tails on a beach, except it's upside down. And more fan art. Last minute additions to Tails' Vengeance. Side missions need to be completed, but just at least to 80%. 47, Universe League. Eggman has hired the champion wrestler to take you out. Enter the brawl and win. 48, Champions League. Fight in the finals. 49, Voice of the Voiceless. And the Egg has hired mimes to stop you. Don't let their mind games trick you. Kill all 30 of them scattered through the world. 50, Flight of Eagles. Airplane race. 4 in all and 1 tournament. 51, Virtual Reality. Go to the E3 Expo to participate in a cutting-edge game tournament. 52, Flashbacks. These are vital scenes from previous Sonic games. Complete all 5. 53. Pumpkin Bombs. It's Halloween, and Eggy has put bombs in pumpkins. Destroy them all. There's 50 of them. 54, Shoplifting. Take Amy shopping, at least until it gets out of hand. Just like the Maria missions in GTA Liberty City Stories. 55, Heist. Rob a bank. This will take a long time. 5 prep missions. This is literally Grand Theft Auto 5! I literally created Grand Theft Auto 5 before Grand Theft Auto 5 was even announced! I think. Maybe not. Maybe it was after it was announced. Man, that is trashy. Jesus Christ, that is awful. Nothing important. Tails Vengeance 2! Didn't even wait on the sequel. A man that has burnt up in the atmosphere twice, blown to oblivion, and pierced with a sword through the heart is apparently still among us. But I can't tell if this is a zit or a bug bite, because I saw a spider hanging around here yesterday, and if I got bit by a fucking spider behind my fucking ear, I'm gonna have to fucking murder someone. Anyway, this one is much more fun than the last one. I'm just gonna do all my fanfiction shit in this one, so you don't have to waste time with multiple parts. I'll just have multiple ads! Yay! But with the true ending to Tails Vengeance 1, Sonic should be able to assist you. By all means. With all new things, along with everything from Part 1 returning, it's time for another Eggy beatdown. Yes, apparently, Sonic survived whatever happened in Sonic Adventure 3. And he's still among us. So a nail spatula. Cooker spatula outfitted with nails in the sockets. You know how like a spatula has like punctured holes through it? Well, you just tape some nails into it and you'll get a nail board spatula. And then the Tails K is now double barreled. So yeah, that's even better. And a rolled up People's Magazine. Who reads this anyway? Toshiomo Kandiro's dagger. Deadly accurate when going for vitals. And there's artist descriptions of that shit. Danger is the height of this adventure. I'm going to do what I should have done from the beginning, and that is go like this. I am actually not going to do that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fucking lay on my bed. I don't give a shit. I'm just going to lay the fuck down on my bed. You know? Look at me. I'm just going to lay down on my fucking bed. I don't give a shit. Danger is the height of this adventure with the new Gemini gang said to be made deprived with people of only that zodiac. They're ruthless. Are free brutes. Oh, carefree. Carefree brutes. God damn this pillow. That will sooner shoot you in the face rather than negotiate. Now with a new cell phone feature for random gameplay recordings and satellite radio. See, I literally GTA 5 before GTA 5. So you can prove you look out GLaDOS you took out GLaDOS Gemini in one try without Powerade. That makes so much sense without context, you know. Okay, Tails is phone, M is missions, GR gameplay recordings, satellite dish is radio, and the wrench is game options. There's also a settings folder, sheets, and the PSN network connector that every game obligatorily has. Powerade is main health regeneration power up plus 2 something. Plus 25 HP. There we go. And then there's a syringe, and is also a main health regeneration power up with plus 50 health. So it's like Fallout New Vegas and all that shit. And then you got some of the most amazing fan art you'll ever see. It's Tails versus the fucking army. Tell you what. Once again, San Francisco is based yet revamped. Station Square returns as the center point, city of TV2. But this time around, Angel Island makes an appearance as well as Fort Knox. For some reason. Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. The Blues Brothers side mission returns with an even more awkward Tails holding animation for those Guitar Hero guitars. Damn, them things are heavy. Apparently there was a side mission in Tails Vengeance 1 where you could hook up your Guitar Hero guitar and do like bullshit Guitar Hero shit, and like, yeah, so I guess that's a thing. Man, I don't even give a fuck. This is boring. This is boring as shit. This is boring as shit. There was, of course, a third one, because why not? Because why wouldn't there be is the question. But this one actually has like multiple endings and all that bullshit. Like Tails is either a good guy or a bad guy in that one, and all that shit. I think that's where we will end this. I do want to look back though, however. I want to see where the hell Grand Theft Auto San Andreas shit. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas 2 comes up, because if you thought that was good, you have no idea what high quality fan fiction is until you've heard Grand Theft Auto San Andreas 2. If I could fucking find it somewhere in here. Maybe. Maybe just possibly. Maybe possibly. Possibly maybe. Probably not. I doubt it. I know I read it somewhere. I know I read it somewhere. It's somewhere. It exists. It does indeed exist. Just who the hell knows where. Suddenly I hear that love is found. Well, I can't find it, so I guess that's enough. Yeah, that's a half an hour of bullshit. I think you've had enough of my fan fiction for now. But don't forget, I still got the whole Absolutely Nobody Talking Story series. That has South Park characters. That has characters from Vigilante 8 Second Offense. It has OC. It has all that bullshit. And also sexual content. There goes the screen one last time. I'll give you an example, though. Why the hell not? You've already been here for a half an hour. You may as well stick it out for a few more stories. I want to find the raunchiest one that I have. Is this one raunchy? Hopefully this one's raunchy. I know I did one in I know I did one in a live stream, and I think that I just picked up the one that I did in the live stream. That's not fanfiction. This one is number 57. I don't think that one gets too kinky. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. Does it? Does it? Yes, this one gets kinky. But only for one page. And then it's gone forever. So we're not going to do that one. Where's the one with all the sex that I should not be proud of its existence? I should not be proud of this. Why am I proud of this? The one where... Well, I can't fucking find it, but, let me give you the gist of it. Okay, so... Woo! So... It's all started... Okay, so... I have to give you the rundown here. This is just going to be basically a summary. So what happens? Okay. It all starts with me and Kenny from South Park. How did we meet is the question. Oh, it all started in like number 15. And we were just hanging out. Actually, I was taking an adventure somewhere. And Kenny gets killed by a billboard, and that's how all that started. What was our first story together? I don't remember what our first story was together. When we started doing shit. Maybe it was Ants 25, because that's when, that was basically the big reboot. Like, I ended it, I think, at 21. And then I waited like about 6 months, and then I wanted to do more, and I kind of had some bullshit in between that I will never be able to find, because that's just my life when it comes to that kind of stuff. And then it goes to 25, there's a big adventure there. 26, another good adventure. 27 is when Kenny gets his own story, where he and Jessica Simpson are in a sexual relationship. And then comes 28, and we are hanging out at that point. And then nothing really happens for a while. Then Tails comes into the picture. And then Kenny permanently dies, but he doesn't permanently die because he's Kenny and he doesn't permanently die. And now Kenny's a bad guy. When is the first sexual intercourse case? Besides 27. There's shit. There's, really all the sexual stuff starts around the later ones, but it's heavily implied for a while. But the thing is that the whole premise, I can't speak. The whole premise is Kenny is not gay because of the way that he acts in the actual TV show of South Park, and that's why he's not gay. And Tails is not gay because back when I was first browsing the internet and coming across stuff, that was when I was still a conforming sort of individual where I didn't really think for myself all that much. I just did what the internet I just thought what the internet told me to think. And the internet told me that being gay was not good. So the reason that Tails was not gay is because I was a homophobe, and I did not like that people were calling Tails gay. So that's why Tails was not gay. So soon enough, the sex gets even more and more implied. And I just kind of feel like looking at it so I don't have to feel like a dumbass. Because that's how it really all starts, is that Tails is supposed to be straight, and so is Kenny. And Kenny does remain straight throughout the majority of it, until he starts going insane. Because eventually, Kenny gets to the point where he's so insane that he starts murdering people. And I want to say, maybe it's in this one. This is 72. You can't see it because my arm isn't long enough. This one is 72. And this is where the whole... I started stealing from Ender's Game. You know that series where it has like the... I don't know what it's called, but it's the outside world or the other world or whatever. And then they have to access it. Well, that's what happens in this one. They go to the Nature's Valley Celery Factory in this one. Knack gets controlled by man, and then a giant talking toothbrush captures me and Kenny. Okay. Now Knack's here. And now Kenny goes into that PTSD bipolar rage mode. Kills the toothbrush. Now we are shrunk down to size. Now we get to use the baby ray from number 28. Which is how we infiltrated the Nature Valley Celery Factory in number 28. Now we're in the outside and everything's happening. So, the first instant of sexual intercourse must be number 71 then. Because that's when Kenny was still pissed off at me. Maybe it was 70. Because Kenny is pissed off that I abandoned him for Tails. So he got really mad. And he joined the bad guy mafia. Which consists of all the bad guys from Ants. I feel like this is a live stream because I'm just talking at random, but and that consists of bad guys like Cracker and Alan and Gordon apparently. It's really never established that Gordon's actually a bad guy. He's just kind of there. No one takes him seriously, but and then Kenny's also a bad guy now. And he goes and is pissed off at me because I abandoned him, blah, blah. He tries to get back at me. That doesn't work, and then he gets killed. And then it's the next one. And we're all apologetic, and we're trying to make up for it. And then Kenny rapes Tails using tentacles. And it's really violent. It's a really disturbing scene. And then after that, we kill Kenny once again. But of course we don't because Kenny's immortal. And then we're friends again somehow. And Tails is dead. Tails gets killed by Kenny. And then Kenny doesn't die. And then I have to forgive Kenny for killing Tails. And then we're friends. Then the next one starts. And then the whole network comes into play. And then Tails' body is back. But it's not Tails. It's actually a different soul inside of Tails' body. But Kenny is dead at this point. And Cracker is controlling the whole thing. And Kenny has to use Kenny's soul goes into Tails' body, and Kenny is... Who the hell is Kenny? Kenny is actually Bubby, because Tails dies and gets and Bubby transfers his soul into Tails so Tails can continue to live. And now Cracker is trying to control Tails, I think. Yeah, he's trying to control Tails. And Kenny is still alive, only he is a different soul. And Kenny goes inside of Tails' body. So now, Tails, but it's actually Kenny, and Kenny is trying to have sex with Kenny, only it's not Kenny because it's a different soul inside of Kenny's body. But it has to be consensual, otherwise it doesn't work. And it does, and the entire story is based around Kenny inside of Tails' body trying to have sex with Kenny. And that's how that goes. But is that all the sex that there is? There's gotta be more sex. There's gotta be more sex. Nope. That's Tails getting raped. And Kenny as Tails raping Kenny. Except it's consensual, so it's not rape. Yeah, I think we've about covered all the bases as far as that fanfiction goes, so not all that happens in these mere 70 pages, but, yeah, that's about how that goes. So, I'm pretty sure I'm going to post this as a separate video now. But anyway, yeah, I hope you've enjoyed another blind fanfiction, maybe not so blind fanfiction reading, but, yeah, 42 minutes, that's not terrible. But yeah, this has been another fanfiction reading. Bye.